just a little background information here. This Health-Mor is actually the parent company of, if anybody is familiar with Filter Queen vacuums. This particular vacuum was an upright vacuum from the 1930s and 40s, I believe. And the reason I have been seeking after these particular models was because when I was young, probably like 5 or 6, we had one of them that we used in the garage that had belonged to my grandfather, and we just basically used it as kind of almost like a shop vac. I mean, it had holes in the bags, it was held together with duct tape, but the thing kept going. My dad ended up throwing it away sometime probably when I was in grade school yet. The other one that I had picked up was actually a trash find, the first one that I had shown in a video, and it was fairly complete, didn't have the correct bag. It was a newer model that had a molded plastic handle, while it just had a regular metal handle with a plastic cover on it. And that's really the only difference I can tell between the ages, and the handle on the older ones was made out of wood. We got some peanuts escaping. This box is kind of trashed. Oh, what's this? NRA code, vacuum cleaner manufacturing. I don't remember that on the box from the other one. Alright, looks like we've got a bag here. Oh, yuck. That stinks. Some pretty old dirt coming out of there. And it looks to be the original bag, not put properly in the hanger, but oh, that really stinks. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I was going to show you how the top of the bag here actually has hinges that it folds on, but this is the original bag, which is cool. The smell is not cool. 70-year-old dirt is not nice. And here's the little small bag. That one's in a little bit better condition. Also well used and still has quite a bit of dust in it. Alright, this is one of the attachment tubes. Oh wow, cool. Huh. I don't know if that'll focus or not, if you can even see that, because I can't see the screen of the camera, because it's about a foot above my head. Anyway, Health-Mor crystals, which is for Health-Mor sanitation system, made by containers made by Canco. I'm not going to open this. This is basically it's mothballs. This one also has the manual, which we went over before, and I will probably do a high-res video on this with my other camera. That's in very good condition. Part numbers and everything on that. Here we go. This is in great shape. This is the wooden top half of the handle with the screws loose, but this top handle grip is actually wood, and this is a cast aluminum clamp that this is just a wooden rod here that's turned down on the end. And we're getting into the good stuff here now. Here is the power unit. Oh, decent shape, needs some cleaning up. Original wheels on it, which these will be perfect because I got to make new wheels for the other one. It's a little bit bent there, but that's nothing that can't be easily repaired. The motor turns, not freely, but it turns. That's a little bit bent, and that could have possibly been from shipping. Go with the small one first. Here we have crevice nozzle, which is basically just a plastic tube that's been flattened on the end. You can even see a crease right here where it was clamped, probably it was heated up and then clamped flat. We've got our carrying strap, which is in great shape, not even tarnished. What is that? UTK on the rivets. No idea what that stands for. Alright, here is the bottom half of our handle. Chrome plated steel. I don't think I even had this in the other one. This is the sprayer. It's still in its, well, I don't know if that's the original packaging or not, but fits pretty good. That could possibly be, or it could just be something that the seller put it in. But this is the sprayer. This would go onto the exhaust nozzle of the vacuum, and you could adjust this. It has a little valve on the bottom there. Very, very similar to what the Crevice came with, but this is just it's basically a tin mason jar with a doodad on top with a brass tube going down in the bottom with a spout on it, and that doesn't come off. So I am going to make the assumption that this has never been used. The carry handle for portable use. And the main floor nozzle. And how this could be, there's two settings on here: brush up, and that would be used on carpets, and you can snap that down and it says brush floating, and it has this little spring steel on the back, and that allows the brush, and that would be to be used on hardwood floors and such. And here is the other floor attachment, which this is in really good shape. Usually this felt on all the older vacuums, this felt is normally completely moth-eaten. It has holes through it, and this is, it's a little worn, but it's in basically pristine shape. And this would, okay, this actually snaps on like that. It doesn't slide over. It snaps onto the bottom of the nozzle, and this can be used again on hardwood floors. I think for mainly polishing. I'd have to look in the manual, to be honest. We've got another upholstery type nozzle. That's really shiny. I guess it looks like that's never been used either. There's not a speck of dust or dirt in there. I don't know what this was, but it's definitely not stood up to the test of time. We'll have to see it in the manual and see what this may have possibly supposed to have been. Adapter to use the this goes on where the bag would attach, and that's how you would hook your hose up to the sprayer. It has a little rubber cork in here for something. I'm not sure why. Again, we'll have to take a look at the manual. And we have the ever elusive power cord that actually has the proper original end on it. It's not the proper cord, that's for sure. It's just an old extension cord, but this end is very hard to come by. So unfortunately there's no hose in it, but yeah, we'll get the box out of the way and take a closer look at some of these things here. Alright, so I've got the two right next to each other. Another thing to notice, just on the floor nozzles, this is off the one that we just opened, and if we look on it, it's got this little tab here about that says the floating brush and everything. This one, oh, well, I was going to say it doesn't have it, but it does actually look like it did have it at some point because there's a nail hole there it's missing. So this one's had sort of a rough life here on the right. But let's check on our serial numbers here. This one is 373229. This one is 340068. Okay, so it actually, if the serial numbers are, and this one here on the right actually turns a bit freer than the one on the left here. If those serial numbers are actually in sequential order, then this one here on the right is actually older than this one on the left. So it would be interesting to see actually what year they were from. But as I said, this one I have absolutely no idea. This one here I can say is probably from about 1935, just judging by the manual, providing that is the original manual that came with it, which I have absolutely no reason to believe it isn't. So, yeah. Anyway, there we go. Health-Mor sanitation system. And we will be back in a future video at some time to check these out more. Thanks for watching.